Hello, coin collectors out there. This is Dylan from the Big D Coins channel, and I have the final 5 state quarters right here. And if you'd ask me, I'd say these are even the top 5 state quarters of 2008. We have Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona, Alaska, Hawaii, with Hawaii having the total highest mintage. The total mintage for the 2008 state quarters was 2.4 billion. So there were quite a lot of them made. So let's get into these designs. So these, you'll see these are kind of different than some of the other middle year state quarters. These tend to focus on one single design rather than some of the previous state quarters that were kind of a collection of kind of symbolic images. These 2008 state quarters are mostly just one image or one theme across the whole quarter. So the first quarter that was made in 2008 was this one right here, which was Oklahoma. Oklahoma was the 46th coin in the state quarter series. It was released on January 28th, 2008, and features the scissor-tailed flycatcher. This is Oklahoma's state bird. In this design shows its distinctive tail feathers spread out. Now the mintage for this quarter, there were 194.6 million made at the Denver, 222 million made at the Oklahoma. So a total of 416 million of these quarters were made. Now that's actually really low for the state quarter series. That was the lowest of 2008. It was lower than any other one. I'm scrolling through. Looks like it's the lowest state quarter ever made. Just scrolled through and didn't see any others that in aggregate had lower than 416.6 million made. So Oklahoma, the lowest mintage right there. Could be interesting. Probably harder to get those quarters. Some of the quarters there were over a billion made, so this one would be one of the more rare quarters. The next up is New Mexico. New Mexico was the 47th coin in the state. As you can see in the series, as you can see, it became a state in 1912. It became a state the same year as Arizona, the next quarter. But New Mexico state quarter was released on April 7th, 2008. It features Zia sun symbol. This represents the giver of all God, who provided gifts in groups of 4. Interesting. It also this image has a topographical view of the state in the background. So I'm just adjusting the camera a little for you here. As you can see at the bottom, it also says Land of Enchantment. The mintages for the Arizona state quarter, there were 265 at the Denver, 244.6 at the Philly. That was the Arizona quarter. There were 244 at the Denver, 244 at the Philly, for a total of 488 million made. The next up, which also became a state the same year as New Mexico, is this Arizona state quarter. As you can see at the top, 1912 is when it became a state. And this is what I meant earlier by these quarters primarily focus on a single element rather than the middle year state quarters, which had kind of a conglomerate of symbols. This is just a nice desert symbol right here. You can see there's a banner going across that says Grand Canyon State. We've got a cactus, the rising sun in the background, and then some canyons between the banner and the sun. So the Arizona quarter was the 48th quarter, the third from last quarter that was made. It was released on June 2nd, 2008, and features the Grand Canyon, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Also included in the design are Saguaros cactus. Alright, does anyone know what the 49th state was? Which would also be the 49th quarter. Coming much later than 1912, Alaska became a state in 1959. It's known as the Great Land State. So the Alaska quarter was the 49th quarter in the state quarter series. It was released on August 25th, 2008. It features a grizzly bear with a salmon. These are meant to symbolize the great natural beauty and wildlife that are abundant in Alaska. So, Alaska, there were 254 million made at Denver, 581 for a total of 505 million made. So, just about half a billion of these quarters were cranked out for the great state of Alaska. And moving over to the state that also became a state in 1959. That's kind of interesting. We had two states that became states in 1912 and two that became states in 1959. This one right here, it's kind of sad in that it was the last state quarter that was made, but the state quarter series kind of extended to DC and U.S. territories as well, and then went on to the America the Beautiful series. So it wasn't the last cool design that we would see on a quarter going forward. So this Hawaii quarter was the 50th and the final coin in the state quarter series. It was released on November 3rd, 2008, and features King Kamahue the First. He unified Hawaii Islands in the early 1800s, so seems like a great guy to have on a state quarter. The mintages for this quarter actually picked up a little and were the highest mintages that were made in 2008. For the Hawaii, there were 263 million made at the Denver, 254 million made at the Philly, for a total of 516.6 million Hawaii state quarters made. So that's going to wrap it up. I've done one of these series for each of the years that these were produced, so 1999 until 2008. I'll probably go on to do the territory quarters as well, and then maybe some of the America the Beautiful quarters. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've also got some earlier videos of specific state quarters, as well as error coins related to state quarters that you can check out if you are so interested. Alright, so please do like, comment, subscribe, and check out some of these other videos that are on my channel. Alright, take care everyone. Have a great day.